What is up, guys? Wraith here, Graybearded Gaming Society, and the first thing we need to talk about tonight are the 3 degrees of blindness. Now, and the only reason, actually, the only reason I actually bring this up, so we're standing in the little room, like right outside of the, I've been calling it the front porch, but the door to Rudin. So what we did, we got really lucky, and we came across a lightstone on a vendor. So we picked up the lightstone. So this is like so this is a room that has its own light source. I mean, you can see it's not a lot, but it does have a light source. So this is when we put our candle on. We glow right around ourselves a little bit, nothing spectacular. That's when we put on our fire beetle eye. We actually light up the room. This is actually why I chose the room so we can look around and just kind of see like kind of the radius. So that's what our fire beetle eye, which is not bad. And then this is with our newly acquired Lightstone. Now I think that the radius is actually very similar to that of the fire beetle eye, but I actually like the added brightness. So like if we get out here, let's get away. It is dark outside. So if we go out yonder, and boom, we are alone in the dark. And even that tree in front of us is just basically invisible to us. If we take off our candle, we almost cease to exist. We're camouflage. But basically, we put this bad boy on, and I'm thinking that's going to be the way to go. I like just that slight extra brightness of the little light stone we picked up. So we're gonna go with that. But moving on to something that's actually a little better, we went into town. We got our level. We've been working on our sense heading. We've been working on some more meditating. We went and got we did pick up O'Keel's. We got that. We memorized that. We got See Invisible just because. We picked up Gate, of course, which is the bottom of our bar. It's going to be our emergency escape. But it's probably going to be a while before that actually kicks in. The reason I say that is because right now, and I'll actually show you just so you can see, it's basically going to port us right to the other side. We have not changed our bind point yet. In order to gate from here to right over here, right in front of a skeleton, is about 60% of our current mana pool. So I mean, it's 70 to cast. So I mean, we have a little bit over 100-ish mana roundabouts based on that. So just to gate, it's going to be quite hefty chunk of our mana. So we'll have to keep tabs on that. So sometimes it's another skeleton. Little loot pinatas everywhere, and we will take them. But really, the bigger thing that we want to mess around with some tonight, I'll sit down over here in a minute and I'll get my mana back, is we want to start messing around now some with our ability to root and nuke where it's needed. Now, some of these guys like this, they're still blue to us, but they're small. We can just stand in front of them and just stab them like so. Same thing with these guys, like these little runts. If I see them, I just pull them with my small little Shock of Frost because it's not a lot of mana. Still does a decent chunk of damage to them. And at this point, they rarely even manage to hit me back, which I will take it. It's a far cry from when we first started running into these guys. Bandages. We bring that up while I'm sitting right here as well. We did remember to go get ourselves a bunch of bandages, so if we get too beat up, we can start the old bind wound chain on ourselves to keep ourselves running there. And then we also picked up Shock of Fire, of course, which will be our new big primary nuke. And we don't even have it on the bar right now, but we did pick up Ice Strike, which is... I got another Kobold Runt here. I'll tell you what, we'll use him as a volunteer. Boink. So it's decently expensive for us to root something right now. But, bam! Bam! With some of these little guys, ooh, a gem. I don't know what that sells for, but it could be nice. Some of these smaller guys like that, it can be very, very safe for us compared to doing some other stuff. So we're going to sit over here for a second. We're going to get some of our mana back. I tell you what, we'll mim this. We'll throw this on here just so we can experiment with it. I'm not 100% sure why I got it. I remembered at one point that some of the range spells could be really, really efficient if all 3 waves hit. If I'm not mistaken, like if all 3 waves of one of the range spells hits, and Ice Strike should be one of the wave DPS spells, unless I read it wrong. Shock of Fire, of course, will be our go-to. We still have our Shock of Frost and our Frost Bolt. With this one being our sometimes puller, depending on how big the thing is. Sometimes it's just a finisher if they're walking away. We shall see. And again, we'll experiment with Ice Strike. But I tell you what, guys, stick around for just a few minutes. I'm going to sit here and meditate back up to full, and then we'll head out and we'll do some root and nuking and see how we do pretending to be an actual wizard instead of just a face tank for a minute. We'll be right back, guys. All right, so we actually didn't get back to full mana, but we have a fresh volunteer, and we're in a very safe spot. So we're going to get our root, and then see what we're going to do is we know that our fire spell. I'll show you this guy. We're nuking. Kablow! Oh, he broke root, turd. But it's nuking for about 13, 14, 15, that kind of range. Oh, and we're not going to have enough to root again. Boo. So we'll just blast this one. But basically, that's what we know. So then we get the shot of 13 on that time. But we do get a pretty hefty shot on the guy long before they ever get close to us, which is super duper nice. So we will take that. We will be super happy about it. And then, we're about to get hooked up. We got brains. We got brains. That's awesome. So we shall sit down, get our mana back super fast. Especially at this size, this is going to be amazing. And then we'll do some more experimenting. I will be right back in again. Don't want to waste your time too much while I'm sitting meditating, but hopefully once we get this rolling, we'll be good to roll. And looks like the same guy, yep, gave us some buffs before, is going to buff us up again. So we're going to be actually in really good shape when we go to head out here to adventure in a minute, guys. We will be right back. Alright guys, we are buffed, and I was correct. Our druid friend, well I say druid friend, I don't know the person, but thank you very much for the buffs. And we have clarity, that we're going to get us some fresh face volunteers. So here we have an infected rat. We're going to fizzle, like you do. We're going to move over here, get away from the kobold scout guy, because he's going to mess with my test here. So again, we know when we were nuking with the other one, we were getting, about 13 or so. Yeah. So this is going to be our little wave spell. Of course he resisted. So that wave hit for 10. That wave hit for 10. So technically speaking, if all 3 waves do hit, that is going to be the biggest blast that we have. If all 3 waves hit. But if I do remember right, how expensive this guy is. This guy is 30 mana to cast. So basically you're getting a 1-for-1, which is actually not bad at all. And it's the shock of fire right now is not quite the same. It's about the same. It's about a 1-for-1. So it's not bad. So that is, technically speaking, if all 3 land, that is the single biggest nuke that we have. We're going to root, and of course root is going to be our big one, because I've noticed like that one, like I said, again, we did our mana, we're only a little bit over 100 mana. Root is 30 to cast, and of course that'll be, I think, our one problem. Because, yeah, if they break it, they run out from underneath it. Of course, right now, the druid gave us a damage shield, so he hit us and basically got nuked again anyway. But it's, ooh, another small box. Take that, put that there. There we go. All right. So one thing we are going to do, we have some buffs. While we are still mostly blind, if I'm not mistaken, we should be able to head in a this-early direction. And we should eventually run into the river. And I've been told that there are a higher... Ooh, what's that? A rooted emissary, so they like us. Okay, here's the river. I don't know what's in here, so it's flowering dubiously. But they're not going to mess with us either, so either way, we know right about where that's at now. But let's see, we actually got some so we can run around, and I was hoping that there would be a better concentration of mobs, maybe, but it's not looking good. There's our druid ring. He's okay with it, so don't have to worry about that. Right, I don't know why I'm checking faction too much. I mean, I am a Rudite, but I'm a good guy Rudite. I'm not a Necro or Shadow Knight, and that's going to be painful when we fizzle. So we're going to root this guy. Nice safe distance. Get our blast. Kablam. there you go. Right now, all things considered. Oh yeah, those aren't. Don't want to keep those. All things considered, on our target, we have to nuke like 3 times with our new big fire nuke. It's about half of our mana. And oh, what is? Okay, he doesn't want to kill us either. All right. Okay, I am kind of a coward. So let's try out our fire beetle here. I might move my spells around a little bit. I'm actually used to root being at the bottom now, just because of playing with stink. We're gonna mess around and we're gonna do this one. Oh, boo! He's gonna resist one. Oh, he's gonna resist two. And that'll probably right there be the primary reason I actually don't go that route very often. Will simply be because the resists seem really high against that right now. Like if they resist the waves, if they resist 2 waves of that, then we're not going to be in good shape at all, because now we've spent 30 mana and only done 10 damage. So we shall see. But and right now we can also still kind of take advantage of face tank and stuff, because like for whatever reason, I have never seen so many people in this zone, much less high level people handing out buffs. I will take them, because if there's anything I figured out about this guy quickly, he is an absolute glass-jawed cannon. He will drop like a bad habit. But, oh, that actually does remind me, one of the other things that we did do, it took us a while, by the way, but we did find, we'll sit down and we will meditate. We finally did get ourselves a little small sewing kit, which we picked up tailoring skill last time, and I've been keeping these guys. So we should be able to take these guys here and go kablam and make something new. And of course now they'll actually stack, which is handy. Now we've not been getting a ton of these guys. Oh, boo. So no skill ups there, but I'm trying to remember. Was it 2 of these guys? Well, it didn't tell me no, so I'm thinking it might be 2 of them to make a bandage. I think is what it was. Kabam! So at least we'll have something to do with. Oh, what was that? That, my friends, is money in the bank. I almost missed it, but that would be a whole plat right then and there. The other handy thing, of course, about the root nuking strategy is for pesky little guys like this that put the debuff on us nonstop, where we can't even sell our stuff for 20 minutes. Be pelted, foul beast. Oh, apparently he walked through our he walked through our little fire pit, apparently. Now, one of the other things I do know that we will have to, of course, be careful with trying to use that ability, and I'll use this guy as a volunteer. We'll just told you right out of the gate, is if we're not careful with this spell, it will do this. I am hitting myself for damage. And granted, I did a pretty good job of resisting it because I had, well, I wouldn't say resisting, I took damage, but since there were multiple targets. But if you're not careful with it, of course, we will blast ourselves. So we'll have to keep an eye out for that. But there we go, guys. Like I said, we're making progress into pretending to be a big wizard. We need to find a better hunting ground, and that'll be, I think, the big question, right? A lot of people have already said, oh, get a bind in Canos and take off from there, or maybe get out towards Freeport. I'm not entirely sure where to go. I mean, this guy should be liked in most places, so it shouldn't be a big deal as far as aggro. Obviously, I'm not going to go running into Nariak anytime soon. But it's trying to decide, do I want to get towards Freeport and be, oh, come on now, and be a little closer to civilization. Plus, I know that there's, wizard guilds and everything there, so I should be able to train there. Do we want to run over to, say Fadewar, somewhere in that area, try the Crush Bone route? And I really don't know. So I'll, take some cues from you guys and see what you guys think. Where fizzle, fizzle, puzzle. All right, I'll stab you to death. How you like them apples? You want to be rooted? Fine, I'll just stick you. But yeah, let me know what you think, guys. Where should we go for adventure with this guy? Like I said, I've seen enough people here, and honestly, I will spend some of our newfound wealth just to pay for a port to get off of this rock. I'm definitely not going to wait for ports of our own. Basically, just to get somewhere else. Because as we see, like this newbie area, It's not great. And I mean, I'll do some homework. Like here's the bridge. I said I try not to carry the episodes entirely too long, but so we'll do some exploring on this side of the bridge and see what we run into. Apparently, there's somebody over there that's got some slightly bigger stuff. So maybe do we explore for just a second? See what we got over here. We do have Briar Snake, same old Kobold Watcher. So still blue. I think he's got a few more hit points. He definitely took a few more blasts to bring him under control here. Wow! Big rusty scythe. Let's get way down so we can't run away. Ooh, okay. Kobold Sentry's a big boy. But you know what? We are fully buffed. There are actually kobolds everywhere over here. So maybe this is where we need to be. Maybe I was just looking on the wrong side of the river. So where'd they go? There was just like two guys over here. This one was like running like right in this direction. I was trying to see if we could get one off by himself so we could torture him. Like, so we got buffs. Now is the time to get brave. More importantly, we have so if all else fails, we can just run away. Right, so there's the shaman guy. So we know he'll hit us back, but I don't really care. So we're gonna give this guy what for here. What's it always with the blind? I'm already blind. You're not proving anything. Like just give me a break. Oh, okay. The good thing was he didn't debuff anything. The only thing I'd be really worried about with these little turds that size, they debuff us. What is that? An odd kobold paw. Well, hopefully that will sell for something. I have no idea. Well, all right then. So I think this is where we'll pick up on our action. Is we'll hunt over here where these bigger kobolds are, and it's not too far away. It seems like forever because we're blind, but apparently this is where all the big kids come to hang out. So maybe we just get some action out here. Let's cause a little bit more trouble. Get resisted, like you do. Fizzle. Okay. Stick to the ground. Run away. So yeah, we'll definitely have to be careful because what I have noticed, like I said, these guys, they are blue, but they do have a lot more hit points. Because this guy is just eating our nuke like it's cool. So we will obviously have to be very careful over here, especially if we don't have all these big spiffy buffs, and also make sure that we don't weigh ourselves down too fast. But there we go. I think this will be the our new spot. Or if all else fails, if it gets a little too squirrely, we can always back off to the other side, do a little bit more of the slow grind, as it were, on the other side, just to get like level 5 or so under our belt. But either way, this looks like to be our next spot. Like I said, I'm not trying to give up on this place too soon. I've really never been here, and maybe I'm trying to punch out too early. At some point maybe there's a camp or something we can set up with this little guy. We'll see. But we'll have to see that one next time. Like I said, I try not to keep these guys from doing too long, and I've already rambled on quite enough. But there we go, guys. We are a root nuking wizard. We'll have to see how we do, without all of the awesome buffs at some point. But while we have them, we are going to abuse them because that's just what you do. But as always, guys, if you like what we're doing, please don't forget to like, comment, maybe subscribe down below. We do love to hear from you guys when you have the opportunity. Stay safe. Stay distant. Hey, stay in EverQuest, man. It's a fun place to be. We'll catch you guys next time. Night, guys.